Okay, what is up YouTube? This is AfCTA. Welcome to the Golden Rules channel. As this is my very first YouTube channel, my first crack at this all, I really appreciate the fact that you're watching. Please let me know if you like my content, subscribe and hit that button to get notified every time I have some new content released. And I mean, just to give you a little bit of an intro, Golden Roots is going to be talking about everything, and I mean everything, related to the African continent. All of the beauty, the culture, the diversity, the growth, transformation, entrepreneurship, tech, and innovation. I mean, ooh, you tell me. We're gonna be talking about it here. But this is going to be fun. And I am very passionate about this. So I really just wanted to connect and create a community with people that feel the same way. So join me in this process. Let me know in the comment section what types of videos you want to watch and have me do. And I would gladly love to get your feedback. So please let me know. And without further ado, let's just jump into our very first topic, which is the AfCTA, the African Continental Trade Area / Agreement, which, by the way, just got ratified early this year, January 2021. So this year started off with a bang. So let's get into it. What does it mean? What does it stand for? What is meant by this movement? What is meant by this advancement? All of the member states, almost all, 54 African states have signed it. I believe Eritrea is the only one that has not, and about 27 countries have ratified this agreement. And ratification meaning it has passed through their parliament and is in the process of legislation, making and agreeing to the laws within the AfCTA. So yeah, if you have noticed, it is a legal agreement. It is a legal agreement of trade and partnership within the continent. And this is a big move. This is a historic moment because, I mean, ever since the 1960s and onwards, during the Pan-African movement and the period where newly independent African states were emerging, this Pan-African movement called for nation building, state building, partnership with other African countries that have had and shared in a similar history. This trade agreement was nothing new because we have had economic blocks and regional blocks within the continent. There's the Eastern trade bloc, Southern, Central, Northern, Western, and we've all have created forms of partnership to trade amongst each other and be beneficiaries of that and creating businesses with one another, but never has it been done in this magnitude and tried to bring all of the diverse economy, all of the diverse markets within this within Africa. I mean, there's 55 states, 55 countries, and having to bring all of the diverse markets together is definitely something that is going to take quite a bit of time to formalize. And it has been a couple of years in the making. And 27 countries, I believe, about 27 countries have again ratified it, meaning they've had several negotiations, several meetings to abide by some of the customs laws, some of the infrastructure that needs to be built in order to make it easier and pretty much breaking down the barriers of trade. And having similar customs laws is a big step. So just to mention, the AfCTA requires all countries to reduce their customs and tariffs by 90%. 90%. And they're allowed to maintain up to 3% of their goods to whatever standing or customs fee that they would like or they've had previously, but the remaining 97% of their products must reduce their customs and tariffs costs by 90%. Again, which is like breaking the barriers to trade amongst each other. It will allow to diversify the economy. It will allow for entrepreneurs and businesses to have a larger market outside of their countries. If there is a better support and if there is a situation that offers you legal protection, similar laws across the continent, across the biggest continent, that is, as I see it, a very transformative and efficient way of creating access of products and raw materials with each other. And the continent has been trading all of its raw and natural resources with the rest of the world, and we have kind of had the short end of the stick in all of it. I mean, in 2017 it has been recorded that internal African trade was just about 16%, and the rest of it was with European and North American countries. And so, I mean, the US has been a huge trade partner. European countries definitely, especially again with the newly independent movement or independence movement of the 1950s, 1960s, some of the forms of friendship that they were able to maintain with their colonial, with their ex-colonies, to put it in some form, was to trade. That was their form of friendship, and that was some type of a symbolism, and it somehow has continued with that path. And due to that relationship, and due to the relationships of the World Trade Organization and the WTO and the agreements that all countries have come together and signed, is that Africa, because we have been endowed with all of the amazing natural resources that are pretty much the building blocks of capitalism, we don't have a lot of manufactured goods. We rely on these natural resources as the basis of our economic growth. And so by one of the upsides of the AfCTA is that we would be able to industrialize some of our products and trade amongst each other with the capacities that we have, and be able to develop that over time. And so that is another amazing possible outcome of it all. Some of the pushbacks, however, was what comes with opening up the borders. I mean, local markets might be diminished by some of the bigger companies that exist in other countries, and maybe they have not been exposed to it because we haven't had anything like this before. So some of my thoughts in that is that I think the government would have to step up in terms of providing social protection, subsidies for some of their core products possibly, and make sure that the citizens and the locals are not impacted negatively by the influx of varying goods and products from other countries. But overall for the continent, it's a very positive thing. I mean, if you disagree and if you have some pushback, please let me know in the comment section, and we can get into it, because this again is a new advancement. Additionally, like, the implementation process might take a long time because it would require, one, the building of infrastructure, which is in the process of being made, especially with the involvement of China within the continent. Some of its agreements are to rebuild the infrastructure in exchange for natural resources, which is a topic for another episode. But nice little plug in there. But infrastructure is one, the building of bureaucracies, customs, and laws, just for, again, easier access, and creating a unison or a synchronous method to trade amongst all countries, regardless. Like, if you are trading from Ethiopia to Ghana, it should be the same easier or a similar process with trading with South Africa. Like, and some countries, I mean, some of the more developed nations have taken quite a bit of their time to think about signing this. For example, Nigeria and South Africa, and which makes sense. You have to consider how to protect your local markets and how this type of agreement would impact it. So these are just a little some of my thoughts and a little insight on the AfCTA, which we probably will be discussing some more as it progresses and as time goes on, as we will be reflecting on it in real time. But if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Let me know in the comment section what you would like to see next. But until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.